Did you know that over 115,000 people are estimated to be living illegally in Australia as of 2025? That's nearly the population of an entire mid-sized city, hiding in plain sight. From students who overstayed visas to workers slipping through the cracks. This shadow population is growing faster than most Australians realise. And here's the twist. They're not hiding in remote towns. They're right in the heart of Australia's biggest cities, some of them you'd never suspect. What if your favourite beach town, your university city, or your everyday work hub is among the top 10 hotspots? These aren't just urban areas. They're pressure points for border security, social services, and housing. Yet, few talk about it. Why are these specific cities attracting the highest numbers of undocumented migrants? Is it jobs? Lifestyle? Or are they just slipping through because no one's watching? In this video, we're counting down the 10 Australian cities with the most illegal immigrants in 2025, starting from number 10 and ending with the undisputed number 1, the city with the highest undocumented population. And trust me, it's not the one you're thinking. Stay tuned, because some of these might shock you. Number 10, Canberra. At first glance, Canberra seems like the last place you'd expect to find large numbers of undocumented migrants. It's clean, organised, politically structured, and far from the bustling chaos of coastal megacities. But beneath the polished surface of Australia's capital city, a different narrative is quietly unfolding. In 2025, Canberra makes it to number 10 on our list, not because of size, but because of something even more surprising. Stealthy growth. Despite having a smaller population compared to Sydney or Melbourne, Canberra is a magnet for international students, government contractors, and temporary workers. Many of these visitors arrive through legal channels, student visas, skilled migration programs, or internships within federal institutions. But when those visas expire or job contracts end, some choose to stay undetected. The low-key nature of Canberra provides less scrutiny, allowing people to blend in without drawing attention. What's more, Canberra's strong economy and demand for service workers in hospitality, cleaning, and aged care creates the perfect environment for undocumented individuals to find under-the-table employment. Local businesses rarely ask questions, especially when labour is scarce and turnover is high. Even more interesting, border enforcement here is often considered softer compared to major ports like Sydney or Brisbane, making it an ideal fallback zone for overstayers who want to keep a low profile. So while Canberra may appear calm and composed on the outside, there's a quiet migration dynamic bubbling beneath. But if Canberra is number 10, imagine what's happening in the rest of the country. Stay with us as we move up the list, because things are about to get even more surprising. Number 9. Wollongong. Nestled along the stunning coastline of New South Wales, Wollongong is best known for its beaches, relaxed lifestyle, and proximity to Sydney. But in 2025, this picturesque city has quietly become a hotbed for undocumented migrants, earning it the number 9 spot on our list. While it may not be on every policymaker's radar, the numbers tell a different story, a slow but steady rise in illegal residents over the past few years. What makes Wollongong so appealing? For starters, it's a university city. The University of Wollongong attracts thousands of international students annually. While most follow the rules, a portion end up overstaying their student visas, either struggling with academic pressures, financial limitations, or simply seeking a better life. Once they step outside the legal system, they find refuge in Wollongong's laid-back atmosphere, where enforcement is limited and community scrutiny is low. Another key factor is its booming local economy, particularly in sectors like hospitality, tourism, and construction. These industries are often desperate for labour, creating opportunities for undocumented workers to slip into underpaid jobs without background checks or paperwork. Local employers may not even realise the legal status of every worker, especially when dealing with cash-based arrangements or third-party contractors. Its proximity to Sydney, just 90 minutes away, makes Wollongong an even more strategic location for those wanting to stay off-grid but still access the resources of a major city. It's beautiful, it's affordable, and it's easy to disappear into. But Wollongong is just the beginning. The cities ahead are bigger, bolder, and more deeply entangled in Australia's hidden immigration challenge. Stay tuned. Number 8. Hobart. When people think of Hobart, they picture serene landscapes, charming harbour views, and fresh seafood, not immigration controversies. But Tasmania's capital has seen a quiet surge in undocumented migrants, placing it at number 8 on our list. While Hobart is far from Australia's mainland chaos, its isolation may be exactly what makes it so appealing for those wanting to slip under the radar. In recent years, tourism and hospitality have exploded in Hobart. Luxury lodges, boutique hotels, and restaurants are booming year-round, creating an ongoing demand for low-wage labour. Many undocumented migrants, particularly from Southeast Asia and Eastern Europe, find under-the-table work in these sectors. Employers, desperate for staff in a tight market, often turn a blind eye to paperwork, especially when no questions mean faster hiring. Another factor is Tasmania's growing international student population, especially those enrolled in culinary and hospitality schools. Some students, after graduating, face visa expiry dilemmas and choose to stay illegally while seeking work or residency alternatives. In a relatively small and spread out city like Hobart, it's easier to disappear into tight-knit communities where neighbours mind their business and immigration checks are sporadic at best. Perhaps the most surprising trend? Hobart is becoming a secondary destination, a place migrants move to after being flagged in major cities. Its peaceful reputation and limited immigration enforcement presence make it an attractive escape for those trying to avoid detection. So while Hobart may seem worlds away from Australia's immigration pressures, it's quietly playing host to a rising number of undocumented residents. And the cities ahead? They're only getting bigger, louder, and more alarming. Let's keep going. Number 7. Adelaide. Adelaide, often dubbed the City of Churches, is known for its festivals, food, and peaceful charm. But beneath the historic facades and quiet suburbs lies a growing issue that few are talking about. In 2025, Adelaide ranks number 7 on our list of Australian cities with the most illegal immigrants, and the reasons are more layered than you might think. Unlike Sydney or Melbourne, Adelaide offers a lower cost of living, making it a more accessible option for migrants hoping to stay under the radar. For many who've overstayed student or tourist visas, Adelaide becomes a safe, affordable refuge. Rent is cheaper, neighbourhoods are less dense, and community networks are tight-knit. Perfect conditions for those trying to remain invisible. In recent years, Adelaide has seen a spike in overseas arrivals through seasonal work programs and international education. While many leave on time, a growing number simply don't return, finding casual work in industries like agriculture, cleaning, and aged care. These roles often operate in grey zones, with minimal vetting, allowing undocumented migrants to slip in and earn just enough to survive. There's also a growing informal housing market, shared rooms, backyard sheds, and cash-based rentals that provides cover for those living without legal status. Local authorities admit that immigration enforcement here is far less aggressive than in coastal megacities, adding to the city's appeal for overstayers. So while Adelaide may look calm and controlled on the outside, it's quietly becoming a sanctuary for those avoiding the system. And as we move closer to the top of the list, the scale and complexity of Australia's undocumented population only deepens. Stay with us. Number 6. Jalong. Just an hour southwest of Melbourne lies Jalong, a city often seen as a quieter, more affordable alternative to its sprawling neighbour. Known for its industrial roots, coastal charm, and rapid urban development, Geelong has been transforming into a regional powerhouse. But in 2025, it's also earned a spot at number 6 on our list of Australian cities with the most illegal immigrants. And that shift hasn't come without consequences. Geelong's booming construction industry, hospitality sector, and ageing population have created a massive demand for labour, much of which is filled quietly off the books. From undocumented carpenters on job sites to caregivers working in private homes, a growing number of people here are operating outside the legal system. Local employers, facing workforce shortages, are often willing to accept undocumented labour to keep things running. Another reason Geelong has become a hotspot is its proximity to Melbourne. Many migrants initially settle in Melbourne but move to Geelong when city life becomes too expensive or risky. With fewer immigration checks, cheaper rent, and tight-knit migrant communities, Geelong offers both cover and opportunity. For many, it's the ideal place to stay under the radar while still having access to jobs and public services. Moreover, the international student population from nearby institutes adds another layer. Some students overstay their visas and blend into Geelong's growing suburbs, often disappearing into cash economies that rarely ask questions. Behind the city's growth and development lies a shadow community quietly growing in number. And as we climb higher up the list, what we uncover will be even more unexpected and unsettling. Stay with us. Number 5. Brisbane. Welcome to Brisbane, the vibrant capital of Queensland, known for its stunning riverfront, booming business districts, and laid-back lifestyle. But in 2025, this tropical paradise hides a pressing issue: an escalating number of undocumented immigrants, placing it at number 5 on our list. Behind the sunshine and skyscrapers, a hidden workforce is growing quietly and fast. Brisbane's position as a gateway to Queensland's agricultural belt plays a big role in this trend. Thousands of undocumented workers find employment in fruit picking, farming, and food processing, jobs that are labour-intensive, seasonal, and hard to fill. These roles often pay in cash, and visa checks are rare, making it easy for migrants to blend in without raising red flags. The city is also home to major universities and language schools, drawing in international students from all over the world. Some of them, overwhelmed by living costs or unable to renew their visas, fall out of the system. Instead of returning home, they quietly join Brisbane's cash-in-hand economy, working in kitchens, retail shops, and even rideshare services. Brisbane's expanding suburbs and rental market make it easier than ever to disappear. Informal housing arrangements, like shared rooms or sublets, provide shelter without requiring identity checks or paperwork. It's a city where you can live in the open but still remain unseen. Brisbane is bright, fast-growing, and full of promise, but also home to one of Australia's largest hidden populations. And as we move toward the top 4, the scale of this silent migration gets even more intense. We poured weeks of research into this video. If any city surprised you, drop its name in the comments and tell us why. Your thoughts fuel our next investigations. And hey, hitting that subscribe button? It's just one click, but it means the world to us. Love. Number 4. Gold Coast. The Gold Coast, where sparkling beaches meet towering high-rises and party lights. But behind the scenes of this tourist magnet lies a far less glamorous truth. In 2025, the Gold Coast ranks number 4 among Australian cities with the highest number of undocumented immigrants, and it's no accident. This coastal city thrives on tourism, entertainment, and hospitality, sectors that notoriously rely on casual and short-term workers. During peak seasons, businesses scramble to fill roles, and undocumented migrants slip into the system with little resistance. Many come in on tourist or student visas, and once they expire, they stay, working as bar staff, cleaners, kitchen hands, or rideshare drivers, often under fake names or no paperwork at all. What makes the Gold Coast unique is its transient culture. Locals and tourists constantly come and go, so it's easy for someone without legal status to blend in. Short-term rentals, sublets, and couch surfing make it possible to live invisibly. The vibrant nightlife and 24/7 economy provide endless opportunities to earn cash, no questions asked. Plus, the city's proximity to Brisbane and the New South Wales border offers mobility, a quick escape if immigration enforcement heats up. For many undocumented individuals, the Gold Coast is a perfect storm. Beautiful, busy, and blurred in boundaries. It's paradise, but with an invisible population quietly growing beneath the glitter. And if the Gold Coast is this high on the list, just wait until you see the top 3. The truth only gets more shocking from here. Stay tuned. Number 3. Perth. Sitting on Australia's far western edge, Perth is often viewed as a remote, peaceful city far removed from the immigration pressures of the East Coast. But in 2025, Perth takes the number 3 spot on our list, and not by accident. This booming mining and business hub has become a magnet for undocumented migrants, quietly harbouring one of the country's largest shadow populations. Perth's wealthy economy, fueled by mining, construction, and international trade, creates a constant hunger for cheap, flexible labour. From warehouses to commercial kitchens, thousands of undocumented workers find employment where hands are needed more than paperwork. The city's sheer size and spread make it easy to live unnoticed, particularly in outer suburbs, where authorities rarely conduct checks. Another major factor? Perth is a port city, and that means access. Some migrants arrive via ships, working temporarily on crews and disappearing once they hit land. Others come through legal visa programs and simply never leave. The distance from Canberra or Sydney, both politically and geographically, also means less centralised oversight. International education adds another layer. Perth's universities and vocational institutes attract students from Asia, Africa, and the Middle East, many of whom remain illegally after their studies end. Cultural networks often step in, helping them find housing and work within community circles that avoid attention. So while Perth may seem like an isolated gem, it's quietly become one of Australia's most complex, undocumented hotspots. If this city made it to number 3, what kind of immigration stories are buried in the top 2? You'll want to see what's next. Number 2. Melbourne, Australia's cultural heart, a city of art, music, food, and global diversity. But behind its cosmopolitan charm lies a growing immigration dilemma. In 2025, Melbourne claims the number 2 spot for the highest number of illegal immigrants in Australia. And the scale of the issue is staggering. Why Melbourne? For starters, it's one of the country's most attractive landing points for migrants from Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. International students flock to the city's renowned universities, but when courses end or financial problems arise, many are unable or unwilling to return home. Instead, they vanish into the city's endless sprawl, blending into a system that struggles to keep up. The city's booming gig economy, food delivery, rideshare, freelance hospitality provides easy access to informal jobs with minimal background checks. Employers rarely ask questions, especially when labour shortages bite. In some cases, fake documents or borrowed identities are used. In others, workers operate entirely off the books, earning just enough to survive in the shadows. What makes Melbourne particularly unique is its dense multicultural neighbourhoods, where undocumented migrants often find housing, community support, and job leads without stepping into formal systems. Suburbs like Footscray, Dandenong, and Broadmeadows have quietly become safe zones for those living outside the law. And despite efforts by authorities, Melbourne's sheer size and complexity make enforcement difficult. There are simply too many places to hide, too many people to track. Melbourne is a city of opportunity, but also one of undocumented invisibility. Now, only one city remains, the epicenter, the top of the list. And it's the most obvious, yet still the most shocking. Stay with us. Number 1. Sydney. We arrive at the city that many probably expected, but few truly understand in scale. Sydney. In 2025, Australia's most iconic metropolis doesn't just top the list, it dominates it when it comes to undocumented migration. With a population pushing 6 million and international arrivals in the hundreds of thousands each year, Sydney is ground zero for Australia's hidden immigration crisis. Why Sydney? It's simple. Everything happens here. From massive international student enrolments to skilled worker programs and tourism, the city is Australia's primary entry point. But what begins as legal temporary stays often turns into long-term overstays. Whether it's due to expired visas, failed residency applications, or economic desperation, tens of thousands now live in legal limbo, tucked away in Sydney's outer suburbs. Areas like Parramatta, Auburn, Blacktown, and Lakemba have become dense with migrant communities, many of which include undocumented individuals who work, rent, and live under the radar. Sydney's enormous construction industry, fast-paced hospitality scene, and constant demand for rideshare and cleaning services create a thriving underground economy that relies, often unknowingly, on illegal labour. And despite being under the microscope of border authorities, Sydney's scale, diversity, and complexity make full enforcement nearly impossible. The system is overwhelmed. Some undocumented migrants live in overcrowded housing, others in quiet middle-class suburbs with fake names on leases. Many are hiding in plain sight, in your local cafe, at your gym, even driving your Uber. Sydney isn't just the most affected city, it's the face of a nationwide issue that's rapidly growing and largely unspoken. The question now is, what happens next? What we've uncovered today isn't just a list of cities, it's a window into a hidden Australia. From the quiet corners of Canberra to the high rises of Sydney, undocumented migrants are living among us, working, studying, surviving. Some arrived with dreams, others out of desperation. But regardless of how they got here, their presence is reshaping our cities in ways few talk about. This isn't just a legal issue, it's a human one. Behind every statistic is a person facing impossible choices. Some are exploited in underpaid jobs, others fear deportation, and many contribute silently to the economy without protection or rights. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Australia's immigration system is struggling to keep up, and these 10 cities are only the beginning. The question we must ask isn't just, why are they here? It's also, what are we doing about it? Thank you for watching. If this video opened your eyes, share it. Let's start the conversation, because sometimes what's unseen is what matters most.